Apologize for the janky OBS, but it's a little nightmare to take that out of the video. Editing is heck. I just have the YouTube software, so well, it's just a YouTube built-in feature from the website. It's not even software. That's what drives me kooky. Not in the application sense. Anyway, let's just get on with it. Graveyard. Did you look away for a second when your opponent played turn 1 Yondu? Didn't you wish you could see what cards was destroyed? I've been saying this since day one. Now you can! See, I figured they'd add this eventually, although... like, it's great to see it, but yeah, it's a shame it wasn't... It's all these features should have existed before they launched the game officially on Steam, in my opinion. This game would probably be better off, but you know what? Whatever. It's their prerogative to do what they want, technically, but... hopefully the viewer base is doing better. It was doing better last I checked. Oh yeah, the new character just came out too. So in case you guys hadn't seen my last video, because I'm going to be uploading these pretty close to each other. Mockingbird's here. Ghost Spider, I really want her on my move deck. My Spider-Man move deck would make it hit the next level if I had her. And then here's Man-Thing. Anyway, let's go back. And let's see here. While in a match, tap your player avatar, which can be found on the top left of the screen. A menu with your emotes will appear. At the bottom of the menu, tap on the word destroyed or discarded to see cards that have been destroyed, or, you guessed it, discarded. This also works if you tap on your opponent's player avatar. Note that cards like Wolverine, Sabretooth, and Deadpool won't appear here. They've been destroyed, but they're not destroyed. Healing factor. What are you going to do? Yeah, this is true. So, like, it will be what they're saying. Why that matters is because they'll still be gaining the power of. They'll be powering up Null while not being destroyed, so they won't actually be revivable by Hela or like Ghost Rider. So just understand that you can't revive these cards because they're not actually destroyed. And X23 is the same. And that hints why they mentioned the healing factor. Anyone who actually has the healing factor of that grade will be that way, at least in this game. Oh, not always true, because I'm pretty sure Omega Red also has a healing factor. But he's still dying. So he has to absorb people. Anyway, undo end turn. As long as your opponent hasn't ended their turn, you can go back to the staging step. This is an amazing feature. Almost no game has this. Tip of the hat, as Gambit would say, to the game makers and devs for this one. And obviously, at this point of the game's development, we gotta give a shout out to the producers too for still giving money and allocation for this stuff. I feel like the production is the issue with this game. If you probably just give them the money at this point, they'll freaking get this game made quite well, I hope. It's baby stepping forward and closer to getting really good. It just still has balance issues in my opinion, which I don't know if they take as serious as they should. Custom border. Oh yeah, I showed this off last video. Custom border allows you to combine your favorite owned variant art, any border rarity, and finish/flare combo you own for that variant to make the most stylish card. Custom border appears at the top of your card variant. Add them to your deck and set them up as your favorite to add to future decks easily. Complete 3 total infinity splits to unlock the custom border feature. After that, any card with at least 1 infinity split has the feature available. Yeah, that's what I thought. You need 3 splits. That's cool. You don't need 3 different custom cards. But you do need your custom card to do 3 splits. Stay tuned for more updates to this feature in the future. Gold Pass. Looking for some extra gold throughout the season? What is this pay to win? Purchasing a gold pass will give you initiative recharge of gold, then additional amount of gold every day for the next 30 days. Okay, other phone games have this. This is how this feature is happening at all. They're like, monetize it more, shut it down. This is quite disturbing. Whenever a new monetization feature pops up, it's quite disturbing. And I mention this because of Halo, which is a weird freaking reference, although I have Halo Infinite gameplay on my channel. And yeah, essentially the Master Chief Collection, which is the remaster of the actual great Halos. Halo Infinite has issues. But it's getting... there's an incredible Star Wars mod for Halo Infinite too. So like freaking Infinity is the sky now with the modders. Shout out to them. I probably will play that at some point on the channel, but I want to finish up these superhero games first. Unless you guys request it, that you guys want to see it, then I will put it ahead of time. That thing, let me know if you want to see that. But anyway, totally random. That's in here. But yeah, why mention that is because they didn't monetize. They wanted to add like some kind of bonus monetization to the Master Chief Collection, and they didn't, so they're shutting it down now, which is absurd. Absurd. It could have gone on for like freaking 20 plus years. Some of these other content creators are saying it's just wild. Like, they're just gonna do it themselves, and they made a great feature of like just have the fans pay for servers then, and that's like a great way of solving that issue. So there's a new gold battle pass. Where even is this thing? Let's go to the shop here. I'm not even sure where you see this thing. Here it is. Here it is. I didn't even notice this thing when I went. Oh, because I didn't scroll down that far. I stopped it here. It's $5. Daily is 50. Now is 3. This is technically cost effective. This is exceptionally cost effective, actually, technically. Although, as always, I do not agree with the value of this. These cards should be worth $1 each. Like, this should be worth $1. It's just a card variant. It's incredible art. I'm not dissing this artist at all. On quite the contrary, I think they're insanely awesome. This is some of the best art, period. Quite lore important, too. Because, yeah, he did make Sentinel-style Iron Man suits. They get hacked by Ultron. Yeah, very important to the lore, too. Also, this Shuri needs to be shouted out. Absolutely incredible. Women's History Month. Also, this dagger is incredibly awesome. And here's the She-Hulk that's in the new frickin' album, but that will be its own video. As you guys seem to like my album reactions and whatnot. Well, or it gets some buzz. I don't intentionally make it get buzz, but it does get buzz. But I love to hear the freaking comments from you guys, like how many you got, how fair do you think it is. Anyway, so that's that. Anyway, let's speed up a gear here, because there's a lot to cover here. Art and visual effects. Several older variants have VFX now. Deadpool, Psylocke, Legion, Darkhawk, Moongirl. Audio. Several older cards now have sound effects. Deadpool, Psylocke, Legion, Darkhawk, Moongirl. I'm going to try to get videos on, especially these two. Several older cards now also have voiceover dialogue. Legion I do not have. Darkhawk I do not have. Legion I'm going to get eventually once he pops up reasonably again. He's an older card, so I didn't really want to pick him up with the other currency, but I think I have enough for 2 pulls now, I think. I do. Actually broke. Oh no, see, I still almost have enough, but like, he's probably going to go down a series soon, I assume, Legion. He may not, though. They're very stingy with that now. Here's the balance. Here's balance updates. Here's the meat and bones. Probably everybody wants to see. But yeah, I definitely want to see these two. Moongirl I can't add to my main deck. It might even make it better. It's worth a try, actually. Balance updates, card updates, but I think I need a Enchantress added to it. I don't know if Echo's getting the job done for the ongoing counter, but I fought a full counter deck, almost a full counter deck. It was brutal. I mean, a full ongoing deck, I mean. It felt like a counter deck. They wrecked me. Also Bloodstone. Oh, this is cool. So I don't know if I don't think I have Elsa. I don't think I have Elsa, dang. No, I don't. Energy, yeah, that wasn't filtered. That should have worked. Name. No, I don't have Elsa Bloodstone. I have her in Puzzle Quest. But that game I hardly play, because it's... I mean, it's Puzzle Quest. But actually, yeah, I'm not super strong in it. Because I've played it for over a decade on and off. New 3/3. Each card you play to fill your side of this location gains +2 power. After you play a card here, give it +2 power if your side is full. Let's see what they say about this one. I think they're reverting her power, I think. Similar to our notes around Luke Cage last month, we've decided we took the wrong tactic with Elsa Bloodstone. Our rebalance to keep this effect located aimed to maintain Elsa's strength as a 2-cost build around card. But the numbers necessarily to make that work don't line up with our goals. So we're shifting Elsa up to a cost of 3/3, widening the effect of all locations once again. Oh my goodness, I really want this card. She's gonna be crazy great in a freaking Surfer deck. Silver Surfer deck. Wow. We're also restoring the previous functionality so that Elsa applies to the power buff before on reveals resolve. The previous functionality, yes. It's been a bit. I used to see it all the time. It's been a bit. But I believe that means the second you fill it, she'll get the buff now, rather than after. We've decided to accept that both versions have some potential to be confusing, but the original execution seems to be more clearly lined up with players' expectations and existing content than our revision. Also, we'll once more be able to buff cards like Beast and unable to buff Brood. I see, because Beast appears, well, you would play Beast last in the chain. So she'd buff him and then be returned, essentially, to do it all over again. Brood on reveal deploys, so his effect should happen first? Although this sounds like it's happening last, which is weird. Each card you play to fill your side of a location gains +2 power. I don't get why Brood still couldn't do this. Brood if played first wouldn't work. That makes sense. If you put Brood creates like 2 other versions of himself, so you have 3 of your 4 cards in one zone will be just Brood. Then you put Elsa down. That won't buff now. It would have before probably. Now it won't buff again. But if you put alternatively, if you put Beast there, what I don't get is if you put Elsa first, then him, wouldn't that still work? Maybe it doesn't, because his on reveal effect's happening. It sounds like it's not. I actually understand how it wouldn't now, because you put her down, then him down. It's before the on reveal effect triggers, so it's just 2 cards at that point. Then he makes it into 4. I mean, they're probably 100% right with that. Meek, old. I just saw Meek actually. So I think they randomly were giving him old. After each turn, if you discarded 1 or more cards, gain that much power and move. New. When you discard a card, this gains 1 power and can move next turn. After each turn, if you discarded 1 or more cards, gain that much power and move. You control where he moves now, I think. You don't have to move Meek. You discard a card, this gains +1 power. You can move. If you discarded 1 or more cards, gain that much power. This seems like a buff nerf. Let's see what they say. Because I want to say he was only gaining 1 power, but maybe he could gain more than 1 before. The general direction of Meek was on the right track, but our execution fell short. In particular, interactions with Invisible Woman, Dracula, and Black Cat crossed our bar for frustrating and non-intuitive for many players. Meek still gains just as much power. Counting cards discarded 1 at a time are in bulk, but the power will not be added immediately. We've also removed the randomization from Meek's move, giving players the option to make a move during the following turn if any cards were discarded. Overall, it should be a sizable buff to the bug. This is cool, we'll see. Mantis. Whoa, they're changing Mantis, really? On reveal, if your opponent played any cards this turn, draw a card from their deck. On reveal, if your opponent played any cards this turn, copy one of them into your hand. What? They made her a mini Emma Frost. Okay. That makes more sense for her power, perhaps? But, huh? Was Mantis being played that much? Our efforts to differentiate low-cost card generation have mostly gone well, but Mantis and Cable both came up quite short. We've waited... Wait, they're changing Cable as well. We've waited to adjust them further because ultimately we felt Mantis simply needed a rework in order to find a functional home. This design shifts Mantis' thievery from the deck to copying cards at a location. That can be a lot more powerful if if you time it right, because the copy will retain any buffs. Venom in particular comes to mind as a very powerful card to copy. Oh no, this is functioning different then. We'll keep an eye on the strength of this effect to ensure it finds the right balance point. Wow, that does sound different from Emma Frost then. Copy one of them into your hand. Yeah, because this is a played card. This isn't a card from their hand. This is different from the White Queen Emma Frost. Whoa. I have a freaking Mantis deck. That's cool. I have a Guardians deck that has Mantis. That's super cool. Now, obviously, this is a strong place. They lowered her strength. Makes sense. What did they do to Cable, though? What the heck? Oh no, Cable. On reveal, draw a card from your opponent's deck. Change. 3-4 to 2-3. With Mantis changing to no longer copy from the deck, that creates room for Cable to move back down to 2 costs with a buff from his original 2-2 boot. Oh, interesting. So that means you can do more easily the Forge into Cable now, I think. Although, won't they both be 2-2? Let me look. It's just a class. I'm a huge Mutant fan. It's a classic play. Yeah, Forge is still 2-2. Yeah, Cable's 2-3 now. And he does the sound effect when you click him for some reason. Does Forge do that? Oh, it's because it's showing them unlock. Yeah, I'm unlocking their custom cards. That's what that sound is. Very cool. Yeah, Pixie doesn't have one. She needs to power up. Okay, let's go back in. These can still see, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Thanos has proven Time Stone. Oh my goodness. Yes, all these are so broken. All these gems, they're so much fun to use, but they're so OP. They get way more value than all the other 1-cost cards. Time Stone. On reveal, +1 energy next turn, draw a card. New, on reveal, draw a card and give it -1 cost. Oh, I see. This is a tiny nerf. Well, maybe not so tiny. As you start, you can have like 4 or 5 cards before this comes out or more. But let's see what they say about this. It's just the 1 stone. I feel like all the stones need to be nerfed, probably. Thanos has proven that combining the toolbox abilities of the Infinity Stones with a potential set of endgame cards consistently creates a powerful deck. Yeah, that's just Infinity. Thanos was king of Infinity. It seems like all of them had them. After Blob Winter, we started looking more closely into exactly how the deck ticks and which parts of it are concerning. Time Stone really stood out as a warping presence in the deck with its ability to capitalize on strong 5 and 6 cost plays. We've decided to weaken that angle considerably in the interest of future facing metagame diversity, so that Thanos isn't the default best way to ramp out those kinds of cards. Yet you change just 1 stone. The power gem is still completely overpowered as well. Oh my god, all the gems are. Let's confirm. Yeah, look at this. Next turn you can move cards to this location. Absolutely overpowered. Transform the location into a new one. Absolutely overpowered. Why would you even play Scarlet Witch? On reveal, draw a card and give it -1. Here's the new one, so it's in the game. That's confirmed. On reveal, draw 2 1-cost cards from your deck. Absolutely overpowered. Ridiculous. Ongoing, if you've played all 6 stones, has +10 power, wherever it is. 1-3, absolutely overpowered. Ridiculous. Now, you can steal this power with Rogue, which I think will make it impossible, or just turn it off with another card somehow, which I'm pretty sure will make it impossible for Thanos to power up, which is hilarious. And then Soul Gem, 1-1, ongoing, enemy cards here have -1. Absolutely overpowered, in my opinion. Because you don't even have to run a 1-cost in your deck if you have Thanos. That's how freaking good this is. Although they can gum up your deck sometimes, but they ultimately just help you, if done right. I don't think that's going to change metagame, at all. It makes it a little fairer. It makes it barely a little bit fairer, because at least it's random now what's being buffed. This change is expected to do some damage to Thanos, but the last few seasons were very good for the Mad Titan, so a little break isn't so bad. Once we see how this change affects Thanos decks, we'll look for the right spot to add back some of the strength we took away in previous balance patches. Perhaps Soulstone took the heat for Time Stone too early? Soulstone was better before? Oh, didn't it do -2 before? I think it did -2 at some point, but like that's still really overpowered. I don't know though for sure. Oh wait, I have some decks with M'Baku. If this is in your deck at the end of the game, it jumps to location. Now it's 1-2. At the end of the game, this jumps from your deck to your lowest power location that isn't full. It was fully random before, I think. Do you really want to go to your lowest power location? That sounds like he's freaking hurting, then. M'Baku has always been more meme than dream, which is a fine position for some cards to maintain. This whole statement shouldn't even exist. It's unacceptable in my opinion. Being a former pro freaking Duel Masters card player. Random deck tournament champion. Oh yeah, it's just booster pack tournament champion, which is essentially random cards. But that is freaking bullcrud. That is absolutely bullcrud. Because this is implying that some cards are just weak and useless. And just there for hilarity's sake. Every card should have value for a specific counter, which original Duel Masters does have. Essentially, it just kind of always has, but it does get kind of out of control. Like even that game has some flaws, but I still played it till its run ended in America. It's pretty fun to watch M'Baku do the thing. However, it's been clear why doesn't he pop out of your hand also if unplayed? I feel like he should, like Angel, but anyway. However, it's been clear for a while that M'Baku's strength was languishing. We decided to give the jump trigger the same targeting effect seen on Proxima Midnight, aiming for a location where you're more likely to need help. There will always be a corner cases with cards targeting in the end game, such as Dracula and Captain Marvel. We believe this is overall positive. However, M'Baku may be found drinking at the bar with no name a bit more often. Okay, won't that make you lose? Yeah, he'll make you instantly lose the game if he goes to the bar with no name, won't he? That's the na-na-na! Or is that the name of Luke Cage's bar? If it's Luke Cage's zone, that's a good thing. If it's bar with no name where the guy goes, na-na-na-na, that will instantly make you lose the game when M'Baku comes out. Well, you'll lose that zone. Because whoever has the least power there actually wins, so you never want him going there. His old effect would have been better for that, but I mean, everything kind of has an upside and a downside. At least they're doing something at all with him. But as you can see, he's just a 1-2 who just random goes to a place. These freaking soul gems are way better than that. Are you kidding me? They're incredible. This guy even pulls out your other one, so it like does M'Baku's job a better. Now, some of them are 1-1 in a almost fair counterpoint, but the fact this guy's 1-3 and this guy minuses. But look at the value of these powers. They're all incredible. Like, they're all incredible. Anyway, we'll put it to the guy who actually changed. Well, wait, let's go look at M'Baku. I'm pretty sure I can just go to my Wakanda Forever deck. Can I not? Yeah, here he is. So this is cool. That changed him. Oh, let's keep him looking blue because it's just cool. It's just so cool blue. Because yeah, I don't think purple does a whole lot for him. I'll just wait to power him up for other stuff. But yeah, this is super cool though. Oh, you know what though? He got buffed though. Yellow. Let's just power him up yellow. I love this deck. Like, he's a really cool freaking character, but like, what the heck? I really like his idea, but it's not great. Also, in my actual video, I'll open those for gameplay. Oh, he unlocked. That's cool. Anyway, the changes in the game is just confirming that, to keep him honest, it's kind of pointless, but somebody has to do it. Yondu, old 1/2 on reveal, destroy the top card of your opponent's deck. New 1/2 on reveal, destroy the lowest cost card in your opponent's deck. Massive nerf. Absolutely devastatingly massive nerf. Absolutely necessary, sadly, probably. Yondu, freaking Guardians 2 is one of the greatest freaking films made. Like, legitimately. Like, it may be the greatest Father's Day movie is freaking that I've seen. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think there are other good ones. But it's just so surprising. You never expect it coming in. It's just an incredible film. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Like, I hardly played Yondu. I have played him a bit. Oh, because he was in my Destroy deck before the other Mutants came out. That's probably... I've played him a decent amount by the look of it. But, like, I haven't rainbowed him or anything. Like, probably almost no gameplay compared to everyone else at my level. On reveal, destroy the lowest cost card in your opponent's deck. Now, this is what drives me kooky, is when he destroys X23 or Wolverine, they don't enter the field. Which they should. In my opinion, they should enter the field then, but... On the other hand, I can understand not doing that, because those are some of the most played, powerful cards in the game. Back in the old days, Yondu was a frequent player in Destroy decks, thanks to the trigger helping to discard Death while powering up Null, and providing some information. However, yeah, I've actually won games off randomly getting Yondu from that. However, recent competition has almost universally left Yondu on the outside, looking in as players grow their collection to include stronger synergy elements. Not the people I play. Almost everyone has Yondu in his deck because he's just guaranteed value. You could take out their main card, like Thanos. This small change aims to give Yondu some new potential to function with cards like Cable and others in the near future that aim to steal cards from your opponent's deck. Improving the quality of stolen cards by destroying the duds ahead of time. Given the existing effect was already insufficient for Null to notice, this potential outweighed that consideration. Oh, Null is just insane. Any freaking nerf thing to him, it makes absolute sense. It's an indirect nerf to Null. I do like this. I do probably agree with this change, because he was overpowered before. Like, compared to Electra, why would you play him? Now there's a point to play Electra, because you're more of a point. Some people played her. There's more of a point to Electra, because you're trying to actually specifically wreck a card. He's just going to rando wreck a card. But the crazy part of this is, Yondu could help your opponent now. He could literally help your opponent on... Yeah, this is opponent's deck. They're speaking like it's your deck he's destroying from. No, it's your opponent's deck. He literally gets them closer to their better cards now. Because, like, if you don't have your... Although, this is used, okay, in context to the devs. They're not saying this, but this is probably it. This is what they really mean by that. It's to stop Thanos. I have to believe this is the real reason. Because now he will guarantee destroy these. He essentially, by having him in your deck, unless they revive this destroyed card, Thanos will never power up now. So, I think for the health of the game, that's actually a great counter. And it makes sense. It both ferritizes him and takes out one of your biggest banes in the game right now, which is Thanos. Which, I don't know if he's like... Oh no, it seems like he is just the biggest issue. Because they're having to balance everything around him because everyone's playing him. I'm constantly fighting with actually a high skill. Well, high elo player, I should say. Everybody's pretty decent skill. They're just not enough to be high enough that I play against at this rank. For the most part. Although everybody makes mistakes, I make goofy mistakes too. But I have to assume this is the real reason Yondu was done. Ignore the text here. This is to stop Thanos, I assume. That is brutal to the Thanos deck. Oh my goodness, it's brutal to the Thanos deck. There's nothing in the Thanos deck that I can think of to do. Well, you could try to stop him with some other card that stops on reveal, but he's a one cost. Oh, let's move on then. Leech, 5-3. Wait, they're changing the Mutant Leech! What's happening? Are they going to bring him back to his old glory? At the start of turn 6, remove all abilities from cards in your opponent's hand. 5-3. On reveal, remove the text from each card with an on reveal ability in your opponent's hand. What the nerf is this? They weakened Leech again? This dude's hardly seen. Maybe he's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's all over infinity. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. Was this justified? Let's see what they have to say. Leech used to be an absolute beast and just freaking wreck everybody. Although even then, I was still one of the only people that played him. People were just frustrated. Like, let's see what they say, because like people are just frustrated this card exists. And, like, are you kidding me? That's his ability. Let's see what poor sewer living Leech, what they've done to this poor guy. We're aware that actually, I can show Leech after. Actually, no, let's just show Leech now. I actually have some really cool Leeches. Actually, I have a deck with them, actually. Isn't it? Yeah, right here. What did they do to this deck? This is just my counter null deck. I think it could be... Yeah, this could have Goose in it. It could counter a little more. But remove the text from cards with on-reveal abilities in your opponent's hand. So he's only going to counter mutants now. That might be lore accurate to Leech. I'd have to look it up. He may only counter mutants. That may technically be true for him. But let's see. Oh, I'm seeing shenanigans already. This is going to be a good one. We're aware that Leech is among the least beloved cards in Snap on any given week. Yeah, because he looks like this. The guy just... This is original art. The guy just wants to have his summer break and have fun. Summer's coming up. And although really there's still a whole spring quarter to get through. But summer's coming up. And they're doing this to him when he's probably planning his summer trips now. Oh boy. The poor guy. However, Leech has served an important role for over a year, ensuring that there was some meaningful check for the various shenanigans players could get up to during the end game. He was also wait, oh my... No, they did not! They did not! Bifrost Bounty of Null. He's here to counter Null. Does he not even counter Null now? Did they just do this to me? Did they just do... I mean, I hardly use this deck anyway, because it so often loses to the Null deck. Because as you can see, power-wise, it has some issues, unless some magic, perfect magic happens. Especially these three. Also, I don't know if the Green Goblin and Hobgoblin are actually needed, but they're just fun. No. You're ongoing, aren't you? Yes, he's ongoing. He doesn't counter Null anymore. What is this? What is this? The guy had one deck that I had him in. And I'm the biggest freaking mutant, one of the biggest mutant fans. I mean, I would switch it out for Pro Facts if he actually saw his original power at this point, probably. It depends on the daily that has to be done. But Cannon's coming out soon, so I can run him, and then Leech I probably would have already used. But I really like Pro Facts. I don't want to take him out. But in that time, we've also made a concerted effort to design more specific disruption at better rates, such as Echo, Mobius M. Mobius, Shadow King, Kyera, Supergiant. I hardly ever see Supergiant. And even a few more cards you'll see very soon. Thanks to those additions, we're ready to try restricting Leech to affect a narrow band of cards. He's just going to be never played now. We'd like to make sure Leech continues to play some kind of a role. So we chose to affect one of the bands he most consistently targeted already on reveal cards like Shang-Chi, Legion, that tended to steal the game on the final turn. They changed his ability. It's not guaranteed to work on the final turn anymore. Wait, actually it can now. Remove the text from cards with unreveal abilities in your opponent's hand. Okay, so at least it happens whenever he's played. So you could play him earlier now than turn 5 and frick their cards. Although it's a danger because they might draw another unreveal near the end of the game. But it's great to have an option in case the game's going to end soon, like the TVA popped out of nowhere, yet you still somehow made him cheaper with other zones or cards. He technically should leave this deck. This breaks my freaking heart. This breaks my heart. He shouldn't even be in this deck anymore. It has plenty of 5 costs. It doesn't need him. This should be Goose, probably. Unbelievable. It should be this Buster right here. Because look, it only has 1/2 cost. What the heck? Leech, how could they do this to you? How could they do this to you? Unbelievable. Anyway. Moving on. I want to take him out of the deck, but I don't know if I can. He technically should leave, though. He said this deck was, like, made for him. But it's so sad. Specifically made just to use him. Why? No wonder ongoing cards are a bane to this. No wonder I was fighting those decks. Although, actually, that's before this patch happened, technically. But they may have known this patch was on its way. Ongoing decks are going to be nasty now. We just lost the whole way to counter all of them. For final turn. This is insanity. This is insanity. Is there some new ongoing counter that's coming out? Maybe there is. It's going to fill Leech's role? I hope there will be. I mean, Rogue in a way does. But, what the heck? Also, I think I can make this look Infinity now, this card, if I wanted to. Actually, no, I can't. Oh, because it hasn't powered up yet. It needs to unlock once, I think, or maybe 3 times. I feel like I need to take him out and reevaluate him in a different deck then. That is so unfortunate. I'll leave him for now. I just can't. I can't do it. He's my mutant buddy. I just can't do it. But yeah, that deck is not fulfilling its potential anymore now. Its whole reason is if I'm fighting this constant null guys, which are quite common still. As we add new locations to the game periodically, we need to review them to evaluate the total impact they're having on the metagame. After conducting that review, we've increased the rarity of several locations, which means you'll see them slightly less. Our motivations for doing so primarily centered around reducing how often these locations add extra cards to the game. Yeah, here we go, extra card removal. This once again feels like they're trying to nerf the Thanos decks, if I can speak here. As well as balancing for locations that boost specific archetypes, like Destroy. Those locations are Camp Lehigh. Dude, that was so awesome. Remember when I do that for Camp Lehigh? And then they finally actually added the sound effect. Collapsed Mine. I think that's when you get tons of Vibranium. Great Portal. That gave like mana or something, didn't it? Oh no, was that the 1 card or whatever? Destroys the thing? Oh no, Hotel Inferno is a destroy. Great Portal, I don't entirely recall. I think you had mana or something. Shuri's Lab, that doubles. Yes, that's incredible for destroy decks. I did find a way to beat a destroy deck with it, but it's rare. Lamentus 1. These did seem like they were insanely common, these locations, like legit. Lamentus 1, I don't entirely recall what it does. Nor to mention, that gave you the new, what are they called? I don't want to freaking offend the culture they come from, dang. Genies, weren't they genies it gave? Weren't they? No, they were Djinns, weren't they? Yeah, they're Djinns it gives you. They give you 2 mana? Yeah, I think it's a Djinn. Rickety Bridge, okay, Rickety Bridge, there's 2 bridges, so I get them confused. Is it Rickety the one that destroys if you have more than 1 card there? I think it is. Superflow gave mana or something. The Abbey lets you draw 2 cards. Oh, draw a card if 2 are there. Valley of the Hand, this was insane. This was so freaking me so bad. Valley of the Hand is when, after turn 5, we'll destroy cards 5 here. I could be wrong with some of those, but the ones that I answer quickly, I'm definitely probably like 100% right about. Although I'm probably like 90+%, always leave room for error. We've also lined up all of our locations with cards that trigger after the turn. To use... Also, whoa, I just realized, why is there no location library? You know what? A 90s game would have that. A 90s game would have a location library, so I wouldn't have to guess what these locations did. I would just know. Although this is a phone game, although I play it on PC, obviously, with my mouse here. We're gonna keep poor Leech up here. But anyway, we've also lined up all, although I'm sure there's a place on the website you can go to read all that stuff. We've also lined up all of our locations with cards that trigger after the turn to use the exact same window. The consistency previously made a variety of outcomes unpredictable even while resolving locations from left to right. The affected locations that were previously triggering late are Asgard. I'm trying to remember what does Asgard do? Attilan, that did some weird thing about card cost or something. Bifrost, that moved everybody to the right. Collapse Mine, that I think gives you Vibranium? I think? Eternity Range. Oh, that gives you the rock, I think? Gamma Lab. Oh, that turns people into Hulk. Grand Central Station, that drops the card from your hand onto it, I think. Hala. Oh, dang, I've seen it many times. What did Hala do? I'm not sure. Clintar. Clintar turns you into a symbiote. Whoever's there. Los Diablos. Oh, I don't even remember Los Diablos at all. Murder World. Okay, Murder World destroyed. After turn 3, Murder World destroys whatever cards are there. Oscorp Tower. This, like, I think gives... It used to destroy. I think it gives -2 now for the cards moved there. Rickety Bridge. That's the exploding thing I mentioned. If you have more than one card, as far as I know. I could be wrong with that, though. It could be the other type bridge, too. I'm not sure. Strange Academy. That... What did that do? Play, like, X amount of cost here? Or you must play a card here or something? TVA! How did the TVA react? Weird. After the turn, use the exact same window. How's it gonna work with TVA? TVA just ends the turn. On turn 4, I don't get the expansion. That gives you a random card. Each player a random card. Interesting, I see those cards all the time. Oh good, they do have a note here. Note, the shift makes the entirety of the game more consistent. It is meaningful functional change for cards that gain power after the turn, such as Sunspot. This is because our default trigger order is locations, cards, so Sunspot's power gain won't help you win Asgard anymore, for example. Oh! Oh, Asgard must be the zone that gives you +3 power to everywhere else. I don't think it's the zone that gives power everywhere. It might be, though. It's a potential consideration for us to reserve that trigger order, and we're investigating it internally. That would be a large change because we'd make it for every trigger to maintain consistency. Last but not least, we've mined Subterranea a little bit and reduce the number of rocks it shuffles into your deck from 5 to 4. Oh, does Abandoned Mine give you frickin' the random rocks in your deck? Yeah, that was devastatingly brutal. But there are whole strategies around that, so that's gonna weaken the Darkhawk players. That's brutal. Whatever, because they would use the reality gems and, well, sometimes the reality gems. They'd often use Scarlet Witch to try to create those zones. Here's just bug fixes. You guys can pause and read these. This video is plenty long enough. Known issues. This one. After upgrading the client, players may see albums display as unable or locked. This can be resolved by relaunching the app. Spider-Ham's VFX can occasionally cause an off-snap to occur. The text string for the Mystery S3 card in the token shop isn't localized for all languages. Some visual artifacts may occur when updating cards in post. Oh wait, these are fixed issues. Oh, these are all fixed in post games. I apologize for that. I said that wrong. The edit button and the collider when selecting a large deck that isn't large enough from the right side, not responsive. I'll just read these out then. Yeah, there's no reason. Here are known issues. Are these indie cards actually? Oh, wait, Darkhawk has issues. There's a lot of it. Oh my goodness, so many issues. New issues. I don't know if I experienced these, but okay. New PC issues. Occasionally the enter VFX won't display. An error can occur when attempting to upgrade a card immediately after using the Make Me a Deck function with it. Okay, existing issues. Unbelievably massive. They need to squash some bugs. But hey, they're improving the game with new systems, so at least they're doing something. Here, I'll just wait for a second so you guys can do stuff. And then scroll down. This is absolutely wild. There's so many and they grow. Like a never-ending horde. And here are PC issues. Let's quickly read through these. I don't really experience these that much, if at all. This I will see occasionally. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, I do not like this. Ooh, overall, what do I think? The balance, not the balance here. Loving some of these changes. These will be interesting to see how they actually play out. I think Cable, like, in a way gets buffed. I'm not even sure with Cable. I actually need to go look at my Surfer deck, because I think Cable's in there. I don't think he should be in there anymore. I want to play that soon too, that Cable deck. That's unfortunate. But on the upside, he goes out, and what I should add is frickin' Bloodstone. But I don't have her. Also Bloodstone. The Yondu change makes sense, but yeah, that's gonna hurt a lot of decks. But this Leech change, I just really don't like at all. People need to grow up. Like, your cards get countered. Come on now. But it just depends how often Leech was used. I hardly ever saw him. I did see him a bit, though, recently, so maybe he's used a lot. I definitely was getting hit with his counters, but, like, you can just bring it, yeah, this is a thing, too, that I mentioned. Yeah, now, Infinite... Yeah, Infinite won't be leeched anymore. And this is what drives me the most insane. Because now there's no counter to cards with text like this. Now, this is a nerf, technically, to him. But any card with raw text, like Kitty, for instance, you can never stop this ability. That's my problem with the nerf, too. Leech. Like he'll still stop most all my cards here. He won't stop Profex anymore. So yeah, so that's a thing. Profex won't be stopped when Leech comes out now, which is really weird because he used to specifically be made as a counter for him. Now he's not. But they did nerf Profex. But yeah, so all these other cards are gonna be nerfed though, except for these ones. But it's really freaking odd. She's on reveal, right? Yeah. Yeah, all the other cards will be nerfed. Well, yeah, Rogue will be too, because yeah, she's on reveal still. So yeah, Leech is still really good against other mutant decks, but yeah, he's really limited now. You gotta know who you're fighting. He's gonna still nerf America Chavez as if they were playing her turn 7 for some reason. Or just later in the game for whatever reason. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, there's no way to stop Angel now if he's gonna freaking come down just waiting for final turn kills. That's interesting, because Angel is used more now, which is great to see. I don't know if that's a huge deal. The Leech change, I feel like, is a huge deal, though, like they said. That's pretty wild. Hopefully it'll be for the betterment of the game. It doesn't feel great if you have a Leech, though. But anyway, thanks for watching. But it may be a necessary change, because, yeah, I don't know if you really should affect non-mutants for the lore of his card. I don't know, but this is a card game. You gotta fair-tithe it. And I'll be getting the album video out next. This one was super long. You're just an unbelievable legend for watching the video this long. 50 minutes. Thanks for watching. I hope you like the changes. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I do read them. And you can like, you can sub. I don't think that Thanos is wrong. Yeah, Cable's a 2 now. How interesting. That's kind of really odd. I don't think it really affects this deck that much. But I do want to show the Surfer deck here, because where's my... By the way, the Surfer deck here, didn't something change here? Beast is at 2 now. Wasn't Beast at 3 at some point? Although I haven't... That happened forever ago, they changed to Beast, but I guess... Well, I guess I already took him out of the deck. This isn't... I don't know if that's the best Surfer deck, because I'm running these two. Because I don't know if Jane Foster Thor really needs to be in here, but she is really good with Thor himself. Yeah, I guess it is my Surfer deck. I want to say I have another deck with Hitmonkey. Oh yeah, here's the change to Mantis. If your opponent played any cards here this turn, copy one of them into your hand. Yeah, I don't know if I showed that yet. Yeah, there's the Mantis one. But yeah, she was made cheaper. We just have like 8 billion 2 costs now. I don't think that broke this deck, but... Interesting. Anyway, see you next time. Thanks for watching. This is a huge change. This is totally different power. You can like, sub, and do all that stuff. I'll be looking forward to see how this power actually plays out. And see ya. Later. An absolute legend. Like I said before, it shall be retold forever and always. There we go. Now that just shows that. Whew, that was a long one. Thanks for watching. And yeah, you can check the description. Go to the very bottom, see when the upcoming cards are coming out, and see at the very, very bottom how to best help out the channel. Keep on searching for your dreams out in that dark void of space. With your favorite songs blaring, Guardians of the Galaxy style.